To honor our friend, our colleague, and our coach, the late Steve Anson. Steve spent 35 years celebrating baseball right here at Valley Field. And when I say celebrating, I mean celebrating. Steve Anson was a true baseball man. He filled out 1,645 lineup cards and handed them over right here at home plate. 844 and 798 with 3 ties here with the Ichabods. He coached 8 All-Americans and 18 All-Region players, 12 first-team All-MIAAers, and a total of 96 MIAA selections. Steve Anson knew a friend every time he met you. Steve Anson was a friend to all. He truly meant when he said, "How are you doing?" He meant, "How are you doing?" Steve Anson cared for you, and he cared for his players. His players were an extension of him. And we certainly are proud to honor him today. We welcome to home plate our athletic director, Lauren Ferre, to continue our honoring of Steve Anson.
Thanks, Bruce. When I think back of Coach Anson, I think that he truly loved his players, he loved his team, he loved coaching baseball. And we were just so lucky over the past 35 years that he coached at Washburn University. A few years ago, I asked Coach Anson what the most difficult part of his job was. And he thought for a moment. Then he said it was his first 2 years when he was the assistant coach for Bob Chipman. After that, it was pretty easy. And if you question that at all, just look at Coach Brown, his current assistant. He's only 35 years old, but he looks much older. I will tell you, Coach Anson was a great mentor to his players. He was a great coach. But more important, he was a nice guy. I don't think I ever met anyone who, when they first talked about Coach Anson with me, would start out and say, "What a nice guy." And in the end, that's really a great compliment to somebody. Today we honor Coach Anson, and sometime today, I think it'd be nice to give a tip of the cap to Coach Anson and say thank you for all he did for Washburn. I know he'd appreciate it. With that, I quote the line from Ernie Banks, "What a beautiful day, let's play 2. And it is a pleasure for me to introduce the the president of Washburn University, Dr. Jerry Farley.
Hello everyone, and welcome this afternoon. What a beautiful day for baseball. Now, universities and baseball have a lot in common. We're filled with traditions. And on every baseball field, just watch the players and see the routines and traditions that they follow. It's important to remember those traditions and remember to some extent why those traditions are important. And today we're going to remember more than just the traditions. We're going to remember Coach Anson. What a wonderful man. In my short time, actually only about half of the time that he has been here at Washburn. In my short time, he was a delight to be with. He was fun to be around. He always had something upbeat and positive to say. So when we think of him, today, we should be positive. We should be upbeat. That's what he would want to have happen. And that's what we can do to truly honor him. Every time from now into years into the future, when anyone sets foot here in this baseball park, they will be in the presence of Coach Anson. It's remarkable that we can celebrate his successes and celebrate him as a person. He did so much for our players. He did so much for the university. He loved the competition. So we welcome our colleagues from Emporia State today to have a rousing game, an intense competition. And when we all leave today, we'll remember why we enjoyed it so much and why Coach Anson loved it so much. Thank you for being out here today, and thank you for remembering Coach Anson.
Dr. Farley will now present Steve's late wife, Dina Anson, and Seth, his grandson, with the 19 jersey. All of our players will be wearing the number 19 today in honor of Steve Anson. Number 19, we unveil to you our honor of Steve Anson. This will forever be the left field here at County Field. And now we'll throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Seth, you can take the mound. Let's welcome him to the mound. Before Seth makes that throw, we all ask you to pause, remove your caps for a moment of silence in honor of Steve Anson. Thank you. Seth, fire away. It is helpful for a ball.